Hello everyone and welcome to the Reman channel. Hope you're doing good and well. So it's time for another album review on the channel. This time I'm talking about the second studio album from the symphonic power metal band Everdawn. This is their release Venera, which came out last year on the 8th of December. Feels a bit strange to say last year now, but anyway. And this was released via Frontiers. The album is 14 tracks and just over an hour in length. So in this band, you've got Alina Gavrilenko on the vocals, you've got Richard Fisher on guitars and providing some backing vocals, you've got Boris Sachs on the keyboard, Dan Prestup on the drums and Alan D'Angelo on the bass guitar as well. So I very recently had the absolute pleasure of being able to interview the singer of this band. The video's not yet gone up. That's deliberate because I want to put it up on Symphonic Sunday, so it's up on a Sunday. But yeah, I mean, this album is like a spectacular kind of 14-track journey, both looking outwards to the stars thematically, but also looking inwards somewhat, I think, at humanity and relationships and that sort of thing. And Alina herself in the interview did say that those are some of the themes, some of the most prominent themes on this particular album as well. So yeah, this is energetic, up-tempo, symphonic power metal that rarely lets up through its just over an hour length. I love the sort of combination of guitar and keyboard work on this album with all the blistering passages, explosive neoclassical guitar solos, and on top of that, the very expressive and expertly delivered both classical, operatic and rock kind of vocals from Alina as well. And you just have a really great package here of music. And, you know, it is quite lengthy album-ish, but I actually think there are, for me personally, one of my only very slight criticisms of this whole album is there were moments where I thought there were some really great musical moments, like for instance in Karmic Partner, where Alina goes into an operatic passage where it's all lovely and clean and soft, and I would have loved that to have gone on for longer. And there are a few moments in like that in the album where I'm like, oh, I love that, and then it kind of stops and changes to another part of the song, and for me personally, and maybe it's more a taste thing actually, to be fair, it's just my taste, I sometimes would have loved some of those bars or some of those sections in the songs just to have carried on a bit longer, but that's maybe just me. But yeah, this is a really great album. I think it's a triumphant exploration of this band's potential. I did listen to their first album as well, and Cleopatra, and thought that was also really good. So they seem like a band that could have a really great future ahead of them. I've got my fingers crossed that we do get, obviously, more from this band at some stage too. So let's go into the tracks a little bit more, because there are some really great tracks on this album. For me, actually, that most of this album is just back-to-back catchy, you know, combination of fist pumping and melodic moments throughout the album. Cassiopeia starts the album off really well on a really strong note. Absolutely love the chorus of that song and how the Greek mythology is tied in with the music. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Century Black is also very catchy, as is Silver Lining. In fact, the first 3 or 4 tracks on this album will be going round and round your head, but as I said actually in the interview coming up, that is meant in the best way possible. These tracks are really fun, really well delivered, and you'll just be singing along to them when you listen to them. I've already mentioned Karmic Partner. I really like that song. I like the breakdown towards the end where it goes into that slow, melodic, operatic part of the song. Other favourite tracks on here really includes actually the instrumental Crimson Dusk and Silver Dawn, which I think shows off Richard Fisher's great guitar work and the keyboard work as well, with Boris Sachs in the band too. And Orion's Belt is another personal favourite song of mine, where once again we look to the stars for that song, but it's just one of those really super powerful and energetic songs on the album that again you're going to be wanting to listen to time and time again. One of the, perhaps I think it's the longest track on the album, True Words Ever Spoken, is a you know, a real journey of a track with all kinds of diversions to other styles of music packed into its runtime. But for me, I actually really like it. I really enjoy that it's exploring other territories and sort of is like a bit of an epic moment coming towards the end of the album that provides, I think, a stage for the album actually to expand even more so. Overall, I know I've interviewed the singer, and some of you may be thinking, well, you're just gonna give this album a high score because you talked to the singer of the band or talked to the band. But actually, I'd made up my mind about the score of this album before I talked to Alina, so I am definitely, you know, This is a 9 out of 10 score for me for this album. If you're a fan of symphonic metal or symphonic power metal, any of those, I think you're going to love this album. I highly recommend you do check this one out. And like I say, even if you're not into symphonic power metal, it's still probably worth checking out that interview, because it was just a lot of fun. It was a really relaxed, laid-back conversation with Alina. So I highly recommend you go check that out. Like I say, with maybe a cup of coffee or something this coming Sunday, 4th of February, 8 p.m. GMT. Join me there for that premiere of the interview with the lead singer of Everdawn, Alina Gavrilenko. So thank you very much again, everybody, for watching and for joining me once again. Don't forget to drop a like and a sub. I'll get there eventually with my words. Sometimes just, I just get stuck on words and sentences in these videos and something comes out that's weird. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Until next time, bye for now.